Air elemental artist, thought, movement, inspiration. The nature of air, it moves before it settles, it drifts, it whispers, it connects ideas long before the body is ready to follow. If you are an air elemental artist, your creativity does not live in stillness, it lives in motion. As an air artist, your art begins as a thought, question, a connection, a spark between ideas. Welcome to Pagan Crafting. Today we're stepping into the world of the air elemental artist, the thinker, the visionary, the idea weaver, the artist whose magic begins in the mind. Air is not about arrival, it is about discovery. Air represents thought, breath, language, and imagination. Air artists creating concept before materials. Your art often begins as a sentence, a symbol, a sketch, a question. Air does not want to be trapped. It does not want to be pinned down too early. Air wants to circulate. Your magic lives in curiosity, exploration, and connection and possibility. Air doesn't ask, what is this for? It asks, what happens if? The energy of the air artist is, it's very fast. It is the fastest energy out of all the elements. It is restless. It is mentally active. Air artists often experience ideas arriving in bursts, inspiration at inconvenient times, creativity that feels like immense electricity. You may feel most creative when you're walking, talking, journaling, moving, researching, imaginating, more than executing. For air artists, movement creates clarity. Air does not create by force, it creates by connection. Now, there's different ways how air thinks versus how others create. Here's something air artists, you know what, you need to hear. Your creativity is not linear. You do not think, plan, execute. You explore, connect, wander, circle back, look chaotic to others, but initially, air is mapping patterns. Air artists see connections early, jump between ideas naturally, synthesize information instinctively. Your art isn't messy, it's associative. Air materials and art practices. Well, air artists gravitate towards lightweight and flexible medium. I'm feeling the air energy right now, sorry. These items include sketching, journaling, collage, ink, watercolor, paper crafts, symbol, and sigil work. Now, some air practices are portable, adaptable, low commitment, and idea friendly. These mediums allow air to flow thoughts without pressure, explore without permanence, abandon and return freely. For air artists, the page is a playground, not a prison. Here are some aircraft ideas. Art journaling, loose pages, layered thoughts, half-finished ideas are very welcome. Sigil painting symbols capture meaning faster than words, perfect for the fast-moving minds. Mobile or hanging art, the art that moves with airflow. Air creates art in response to the environment would be a good project for you. Now, ink washes, letting ink spread freely. Air doesn't control, it observes. These crafts give ideas to breathe. Now, signs that you are an air artist. You might be an air element artist if you have 1,000 ideas at once. Planning excites you more than finishing. Words, symbols, and concepts pull you in. You start to practice and explore thoughts, not complete them. Air artists are not unfocused, they are idea rich. Remember that. The hidden magic of air. Well, air artists are natural thinkers, learners, connectors, and innovators. Your strength is not execution, It is vision. Air artists often see patterns before others. They imagine what doesn't yet exist. They translate abstraction into form. Your art isn't about completion, it's about possibility. Air opens doors others didn't know that were there. Air overwhelm and shame. Here's the shadow side of air. Too many ideas can cause paralysis. It can feel like scattered energy or guilt from unfinished work. You may have been told these things. Just focus. Finish something. Start. Stop starting. But air doesn't need more discipline, it needs spaciousness. Air artists don't lack commitment, they lack the room. Permission to explore without obligation is what air is eventually needs to land. The air elemental blends. Ooh, some strengths for you. Earth and air, a combination of air's intellectual communicative nature blends with Earth's grounded stability qualities. For example, someone with a dominant air element can benefit from the Earth's influence by adding stability, practicality to the ideas, and leading more grounded, feasible creativity. Now, air and water, a combination, air's curiosity, intellect combined with water's emotional depth and adaptability. As an air and dominant individual might find that the water's influence helps them become more emotionally intuitive, fostering creativity that is both thoughtful and empathetic. Now, air and fire. A combination, air's intellectual energy merges with fire's passion. For example, an air-dominant person can use fire's influence to bring enthusiasm, motivation to their ideas, resulting in innovative, dynamic creativity. It's so supportive. Now, zodiac air elemental artists. Zodiac isn't a personality label. For artists, zodiac shows how energy moves through you, how creativity wants to behave, or the support that you need. Think of zodiac as your creative operating system. Now, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Air signs create through ideas and exploration. They excel at sketching, journaling, collage, symbol work, and conceptual art. They'll most thrive when curiosity is prioritized and experimentation is valued. Completion isn't demanding too soon. Now, Gemini, let's take them. Writing, storytelling, digital art, mixed media, and collage is right up their alley. For Libra, fashion design, jewelry, calligraphy, typography. Aquarius, experimental art, tech-based creativity, upcycling, and conceptual work. Your sun sign is just one layer. Moon rising and seasons matter too. Balance isn't fixing yourself, it is supporting your flow. Now, air seasons and directions. Air aligns with east, spring, and spring is the season of the beginnings, ideas, curiosity, and experimentation. Air artists start many projects. They brainstorm obsessively. They sketch, journal, and plan freely, mentally energized. But it's not a time to demand completion, for it is a time to explore. Ideas need space before they need structure. And here's the truth air artists need to hear. Your creativity, well, it responds to movement, space, and cycles. You are not broken when your focus shifts. You're responding to your conditions. If your ideas excite you more than execution, if symbols speak louder than structure, if creativity feels like a thought in motion, air may be your guide. Let your ideas move, let your air wander, let your curiosity leave, because air artists don't create, they arrive. They create to discover. Please tell me in the comments below what you love creating most of all. Let me know if you are an air elemental artist or if this is one of your secondary elements. If you made it this far and watched all 5 of the series, please throw me down a painter's palette. I want to know all my Pagan Crafter diehards. Until I get to hang out with you again in our next video, I wish you an absolutely magical day.